You are now locked in to the Sitting Down with the Sisters podcast.
Hi guys! Welcome back to the Sitting Down with the Sisters podcast. We are your hosts. I'm Ayo.
I'm Ashley.
And I'm Temi.
Ashley's very happy, as
so
you can
happy
see
today.
And guys, this episode is not going to be too long because we want to give you the story time you lot have been waiting
Something
for.
light and quick.
Before we start,
But
though,
still good food.
yeah, we still preach
Yeah, we still pray.
and we still tell the tweets.
That's it.
Yeah. Do you know it's funny? I love when I see you guys commenting like preach. Especially when I'm commenting. You guys are preaching.
The preaching.
Yeah,
I love it.
I laughed so
You never know, one day there might be merch that says preaching.
We preach, we pray, we
tell the
tweets. Yeah. But yeah, make sure you're following us on all our socials. Welcome to all our SDWTS podcast.
Poddy.
If you search Poddy, you won't find it.
Podcast.
Secondly, thank you
on Insta and Twitter.
On Twitter and TikTok. Thank you to everybody that's been coming from TikTok. We see the love on TikTok.
Yeah,
we
man.
appreciate you highly.
Honestly,
And to the people that are leaving negative comments, don't worry, we have
God
someone
will
else that
deal
you
with
answer to. It's not us. So
Rules. So we've got a double whammy for you today because obviously you guys know in our last vlog we said we were gonna bring the Boxpark story time, and it's been a bit delayed, innit? But we're here to bring it to you today. And then we have another story time. That one, I'll wait till this story time is over to even start it for you.
Tell me what even been narrating that one.
Starting that one. So, okay, Boxpark. Let's take you back to December 2021. You guys chip in when you want.
No, it was November.
Was it?
Yeah, it was November before she went.
Just before she went
to
Dubai.
Dubai.
Before she did Island Girl.
Dubai's not an island.
Oh, sorry, because you've never been. We don't know what it is.
Hey, but he's got beach, yeah. He's got beach. Yeah? All right. Anyway, yeah. So, obviously, we like to spend beach, yeah. We love to spend time with each other, like outside of pod, obviously, because we're friends first, sisters first before the pod.
That's it.
So obviously, I found an event that was happening at Boxpark that was the Christmas lights being switched on in it. So I sent it to the GC and the girls were down. So obviously we all registered and we were like, yeah, we're gonna go spend some time. We're gonna, because we all love Christmas. We love Christmas music. We like Christmas lights.
I think that's the last time we've actually been out. We need to go out.
We need to, because
we're overdue. I've been saying it, but I don't think other people out are as enthusiastic. But go on. Sorry.
Anyways,
she actually, what should we say?
I don't know what she's talking about.
You heard me because I preach.
Okay. Anyway, so now we've gotten to Boxpark now. And for the majority of this night, guys, bear in mind, the night has gone normal. We had a great time.
Oh my days.
We uploaded some pictures and videos for you guys.
Yeah,
so if you remember that
the
time,
videos that I have on my phone from that day,
powerful.
It's loud.
Yeah, powerful. We did the Santana dance. If you want to see it, it's on our TikToks, on our Instagram. We obviously, whenever we're together, like the jokes just continue to fly.
It's a good time.
It's a great time. So obviously they're playing Christmas music and we're waiting for the countdown for the lights. The lights have come on now. We've got this nice person next to us. This Asian guy was videotaping every single thing.
He was dancing his life away.
He was dancing away.
Tonight we gonna get on the floor. You know that guy, yeah? He was dancing like today was the last day.
That they were gonna pay his bills.
Like, I don't know if you guys understand. Like, obviously there was a DJ, so songs were changing like every few seconds. This guy would sit down as soon as the next song has come up.
Then he's got his phone.
And I don't know if he's sending the videos back home.
We don't know. But he's got a babe next to him in it and they're enjoying their night.
They're having a good night.
So obviously at first it was Christmassy music, but then they eventually switched like R&B, Afro beats. So we're having a good ass time. So obviously we're making our videos, we're busting up, we're laughing, we're talking, whatever. And then the night is slowly coming to an end. And if you know anything about my two sisters beside me. What time was this?
This was around like
this is definitely like 8:45, past a little bit past 9.
Times. So the lights have been on for time at this point. We've just been chilling, whatever. So if you know any, and obviously, actually, this same night, these 3 people came up to us and wanted us to be in their YouTube video.
Oh yeah,
that we did it. Where's the YouTube video? Please.
You know, I remember. No, but to be fair, he did say like he's not sure if he's gonna post it because he was a bit like
he wanted
anxious.
to get his confidence up to do like the interviewing thing.
Oh my gosh, I forgot all about that.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, it was really nice.
They were really lovely people.
They were really nice. Yeah.
So then that's happened. Now we're back, we're dancing, whatever, we're having a good time. So then obviously the night's coming to an end. And if you know anything about my two babes next to me here, they love a picture. Okay?
Facts.
They love a photo shoot every time we go out. They love
someone's getting ready to do a photo shoot after this episode as well.
Right. They love a stand back and let me take pics of you moment. Right. I mean, let you take pics of me. They will even ask me in advance, Ayo, please.
You book appointment. Yeah, you have to book appointment.
I don't like taking pictures, but they love it. And I love being their photographer. Sweet.
She's the best.
This is so obviously pictures are being taken, and at this point Temi and Ashley are doing pictures for each other.
Specifically, I'm taking Temi's pictures. We'll insert one here.
Right. I didn't know if that was part of the deal, but okay. Right. So obviously they're
watching this girl.
Ashley's taking pictures of Temi. And they take their pictures very seriously.
Temi looked good.
She looked sweet. Both of them looked delicious.
Look at the red hair. You know that they was powerful.
Jessica Rabbit.
I didn't have my red hair at the time.
Yeah, no, but she's just saying that you're
Jessica Rabbit.
Yeah, Jessica Rabbit. But yeah, she was wearing her Bobbiana wig. Edna mode.
Oh, I've missed you guys.
We miss you too, babes.
But so obviously when they're taking pics, they take their pictures very seriously. Me, everything is a joke and a game more times. So like Ashley's taking Thames pictures at this point. So I'm just chilling, I'm dancing by myself, I'm laughing to myself, talking to myself, looking at what's happening in Boxpark. And obviously you guys know that this is the story of how we got kicked out of Boxpark. So just keep that in mind. Right.
The music as well was popping like,
loud,
the beautiful. DJ that day, I hope he or she got a pay rise.
Yeah, I think what had happened was, from what I remember, a specific song had come on.
Oh,
that you were excited
it was her song. Like, I can't remember which one it was, but she got so excited.
A song came on that you liked.
Yeah, it wasn't like my favourite song or nothing, but it was just like, in
that moment, it just made you feel powerful.
And like me, if you know anything about me, I'm a child inside, right? So
a bebet.
I'm a bebet, a baby. So as they're taking pics in it, it's not that I'm bored, but I'm just waiting for them to be finished in it. So I'm just having a good time. But then something gingers me. I said, I need to level up this good time. And by the way, I also need to make a disclaimer. I don't drink. So that's also
none of us had drank that day.
Yeah, we didn't drink that day. But I specifically, I actually do not drink. So it will never be the case that I'm out on my face and then something happened. Just know I do it all under the influence of the Holy Spirit and myself. Okay? So I'm here just dancing. The music is bumping. I'm dancing. No, okay, I have to also tell you, Boxpark has 2 levels. There's
that's what I was about to say.
Level, which is a whole floor.
And there's a balcony.
We're on the balcony. Mm-hmm. So you know that balcony is overlooking...
An indoor balcony, by the way. I hope that makes sense.
It's overlooking the downstairs eatery area. So I said to myself, and I don't know why I do this, I just get excited in it. So I'm like, the girls are taking pics, let me have a good time. So I've graduated from standing on the floor to the stool. So I've seen that the stool is vacant. So obviously we're sitting on the balcony, so there's no chairs. It's like they've got stools so you can look over. I've grabbed my stool or one of the stools there, and I said, I'm going to stand on the stool and dance. I've not thought of anything of it, really. But when I got on top of the stool, I realised this is a safety hazard. But instead of me to come down from the stool...
She's still going.
Oh, so did you realise it was safe? Oh.
When I saw how high I was, I said, hey.
Cool, fair enough. I didn't know.
I was in the sky, basically.
And do you know what's this is how you know she was so oblivious. Because as I'm taking pictures of Temi, me and Temi just see this big black man.
No, don't get there yet. I'm coming.
Go on.
So obviously, because I could have come down and nothing would have happened because he didn't see me straight away.
Right.
But I've realised, wow, as much as this is dangerous, I like the thrill. So I'm dancing even more. I'm dancing on the stool. Bear in mind, the stool is only my leg is fitting on the stool. If I slip once, I'm gone. But I'm like, let me just...
It's still gingery.
Her
hand is even in the air.
Let me stand up for you. I was dancing like this. I'm there like this.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what
she was doing. Yeah,
I'm there. I'm swaying my hips. Yeah, I'm there swaying my hips on the stool when I'm supposed to be on the floor.
And she's going for like a good maybe like
couple minutes,
20, 30 seconds, maybe more. If that,
couple minutes. I would say max maybe 2 minutes. Mm-hmm. And then Temi says something. Temi said,
so this is where she was in oblivion.
I didn't have a clue.
She was in her own world. Yeah. She's dancing. She's having a good time.
Yeah.
Me and Temi just see this big black man literally running up the stairs.
He was coming up the stairs.
He was coming up the stairs, and then Temi looked at me, and then Temi goes, "Is this a security man coming to us?"
Right. So I I've heard Tem, and I'm like, huh? But I think they're joking.
And then we say it again. We see him go up the stairs, come out. So he's obviously coming in our direction. So we're like, oh, he's coming to us.
So they say it again.
So that's when she gets
then
down.
I get off the stool because then I'm scared. I don't know what's about to happen. Okay. The man's come to us now, and he's gone, you're going to need to get out of here. It was basically like that. That's basically, he didn't go, hi, how are you? Nothing like that. He didn't check if I was drunk, nothing. He just goes, you're going to need to leave. And then I'm sitting here like, I'm standing there. I'm still a bit confused.
Tell me even interjects. She goes, sorry, what's going on?
Tell me, is that her?
So what had happened actually, from what I remember, because it's coming back to me. Me and Ashley were in a little corner because obviously we're doing taking pictures. So he had come and he's speaking to Ayo directly. So I've noticed that he's talking to Ayo. So I'm like, Ashley, hold on, like, because I'm trying to find out what's going on. Then I've heard him say something like, oh, you're gonna need to leave, and I'm like, oh, I've come to him like, oh, what's going on? Why does she need to leave? Kind of thing. And from what I remember, he was just like, he didn't give any answers.
No reason.
He was just like, oh,
he's like, you need to go. You need to go.
And then I think I was just giving, I don't necessarily remember what I said, but I was giving the vibe of, well, we're not going anywhere.
Yeah. Temi was not about it.
Where do we go from here, love?
And then do you know what? He even said, oh, that's fine. You two can stay, but she has to go. And then obviously at this point, it's like, it was November time. So obviously it's dark and it's at this point and it's very cold. Yeah. So Temi's like, oh no, we're not leaving her. She's not going outside by herself.
And I asked this man, like, okay, she's going to leave. She's not refusing to leave. I'm taking pictures. I'm going to be done with my pictures and we'll go.
Can she wait?
And he's like, no, she has to leave now. And Ayo at this point is like, oh, it's all right, guys. I'll wait outside. And I'm getting annoyed at Ayo. I'm like, what do you mean you're in front of the big black man? I'm like, what do you mean you're waiting outside? You're standing here. You're gonna leave. I'm gonna finish my picture,
and then we'll go in all together.
If I give you the perspective from my view, I'm someone that I kind of respect authority in it when I'm out. So I understood that I'd probably violated some sort of thing. So I'm here thinking, I'll just wait for them outside. I know it's not safe, but then I'm also like, I'm alright, I'll be fine. But Temi didn't like that, obviously, because Temi's very protective in that way where she's like, no, you're not going to just wait in the cold.
And it's not as if we're not following his instructions. We will be leaving.
She just wanted to finish taking the pics.
Let's go together. We've come together. There's no way
we're going to leave together.
And I still want to finish my picture.
Yeah,
that's it.
So we will be going.
Yeah.
And I think it's the way he said it as well. His demeanour, his body language, like his tone,
I think if he was really nice about it, maybe I would have been a lot calmer.
Oh, of course.
I definitely think it was because of his energy.
Yeah, his energy was so off from the beginning, from the way he came, from the way he spoke to you.
And like for me, because it was the end of the night, I was just like, it's all right. Like I'll wait outside in it. When they're done, they can come meet me. But
we end up leaving together.
So yeah, but like. Yeah, Temi was not happy.
I was not happy, and we were literally walking out, and there was another guy standing there, and I've spoken to him, and I've told him like, yo, you need to. Your brethren's moving crazy. I can't even lie. I'm not feeling the vibe.
And then we found out that this is what he does.
Do you know what? Now that I look back, it's two things. It's either they're so used to like maybe people complaining about this person that they probably just pretended to listen to shrug it off so we can leave, which I don't mind because I'm still gonna vent. You get it? I don't care who I vent to. But you're hearing.
He had no choice but to listen.
You get it? So he was listening. You know, the other person was very attentive, and you know, he took it on and he apologized on his behalf. Whatever he's saying, you know, he's the boss here, kind of thing, and what he says kind of goes. And cool, you know, I've said my piece, like. And yeah, we've just left, innit? I was literally like, can I speak to your manager? And he's gone.
Temi was not having
he's the manager.
Yeah, he's literally the manager. Apparently he's the manager. I don't believe he's the manager. He didn't have any manager antics about him.
Manager skills.
No managerial skills. He was very.
It was very poor.
He was very much.
It was.
Yeah.
But that's the story, guys. So after that, we've left. Temi's not happy with me.
They're very well anticipated.
But
it's not even like I wasn't happy with you, but I think it's everything together.
Yeah, the thing is, Temi doesn't like when people do stuff like that. She really, really doesn't.
She doesn't like when people abuse their authority either as well.
Being disrespectful, you know, just make it, especially
there was no need.
Not to be sexist or anything, but you've seen women as well at that time of the night.
Yeah,
let's not make it personal, but you wouldn't say that to your daughter, you wouldn't say that to your friend to go stand outside by herself whilst her friends. It's clear that we didn't drink,
we're not intoxicated.
We're not intoxicated. There was just one innocent mistake.
Like he didn't do the due
she didn't calm down before he even told her to.
Yeah.
That's why I don't think he's a manager.
He didn't do the due diligence.
That's not managerial.
Or maybe he skipped out on a training class because it's not there.
He was having a bad day and he wanted to take it out.
Because I completely understood where he was coming from, but I just think he should have delivered it better.
Absolutely. But handled the situation differently.
My only, you know, thing about the whole.
But that's the Boxpark story time.
The second story time.
Moving on to literally 2 weeks ago.
Temi,
after we filmed in this very studio.
Right. This one, yeah. Anyway, let me get right into it. So I don't even know how to introduce what I'm about to say. So we finished recording our studio session 2 weeks ago today, and it was my idea as well. I don't know why it was even my idea, but I'd asked the guys if they wanted to go to Nando's. This was around like 9:15. 9:15ish, and Nando's was about to close, so it was a very quick,
so we had to be
it was
quick.
a quick idea, and I didn't even know everyone would say yes, but everyone agreed we'd go Nando's except one person. So we decided we'd go to Nando's. I drove, and we went to where did we go? Yeah, we went to Nando's. We made it on time. We got off food.
We parked in
we parked about, let's say, like a 6-minute walk.
Yeah, it was like 6 to 10 minutes
in a very residential.
Just under 10 minutes. Yeah, exactly. It was a residential area, and I remember seeing the parking sign, and I was sure I wasn't gonna get a ticket, but I was still a bit cautious of the environment. Whatever, I was cool. Ashley's left her laptop in the boot of the car.
No, sorry. I've left my bag.
Her whole bag.
She left her whole bag.
My whole bag that contained
she's coming
my
from
laptop, my charger.
Which is normal, we're saying, because obviously if we're going into
Nando's, I'm not bringing that heavy stuff.
Baggages.
Yeah, so she's coming from work, so she's obviously brought everything to the studio, so she's left it in the bag.
Because I know we're going back.
With us. Yeah. Joe's left his rucksack.
Chisom from the last episode, right?
Joe was on our last episode. So he'd put his rucksack in front of the
also containing his belongings, his
laptop, his work laptop, everything. That laptop is really getting to her. So he's left that in the front of the car. I've locked my door. I think it was me and Ashley that were last. Joe and I had already gone off. So me and Ashley were just behind them. So we'd gone to Nando's. We picked up our food. Nando's was actually about to close. It was that Nando's was very long.
It was powerful.
It was actually so nice.
It was actually very nice.
So fast forward,
except for we couldn't eat in the restaurant, and that was
so we just ate outside of it.
Yeah,
so
it was
nice. Fine though.
So we'd finished all of that now, and we were walking back to the car. All well. We got to my car.
It's raining.
It started to rain. So
it was spitting, but when it's spitting and it's going, it's non-stop.
That spitting was too.
Yeah, it was actually a lot.
And at this point, what time is like 10? It's after 10.
Yeah, definitely after 10.
It was literally just before 11.
Just before 11.
It was like it was 10:45. So we'd walked to the car, and so what had happened was I don't have a fob for my car. I actually have a manual key to open my door. So, and at the time, it's weird, guys. I couldn't at that time open my door at the driver's side. I don't know, for some reason I always had to open it from the passenger side. I never thought much of it, at the time, because I was so used to the idea of doing it, whatever. If I was going to fix it, it'd be later on. It wasn't like a priority. Yeah.
Also, before she put the key in, sorry, you haven't said that bit. But before all of what you're about to say, when we got to the car, she was like, "Is that a ticket? Remember?"
Yeah, I even thought I got a ticket, because I started getting paranoid, because I've been having tickets recently. So I really was hoping it wasn't a ticket.
And it wasn't. There was no ticket.
And I was so happy, but guys, the relief was crazy.
That's why we need to include it, because literally she was so excited.
No ticket. Only for.
So when you're walking towards your car, and I'm just like, no ticket, no ticket,
literally.
No ticket. So
we're ready to go home.
We're ready to go home. I put the key in, and I've twisted the knob of the door to open the door. And guys, something strange happened, because nothing happened. That's what. Something strange happened. Nothing happened. Usually when I unlock my car, it does a little beep beep, and it
all the doors unlocked.
Just know the doors unlocked, and you can open.
Nothing was unlocked.
You open the car door, enter, and do what you need to do. But for some reason, it wasn't going according to plan, because the door did not budge. Nothing happened. So I was very concerned. You know what? I think the first thing that came to my mind when that door didn't open was, this is going to be a long night, because it's never happened before. There's no reason for it to happen, and whatever the reason is, it's not something that would probably be resolved ASAP. So I instantly felt sorry for my friends, but at that time I hadn't said anything to you guys.
Yeah, you hadn't.
I was just trying to be
We were all trying, by the way. We each took turns to try and open that door.
Me, Ashley, Joe.
Especially
even praying as we're trying to open it.
Chisom was really
shout out to Joe, because if you see the miracle he tried to work on that car.
Joe wanted to break my car door, man. So long story short, guys, obviously after 5 minutes, any slight inconvenience, I'm calling my brother. I picked up the phone to call my beloved brother, and I've told him, bro, my car's not opening. He's like, what do you mean your door's not opening? You know, we've gone back and forth, and he's like, oh, okay, like, you know, I'm at the gym, call breakdown service. So I called breakdown service, and
this was at 11 o'clock.
This was 11. I remember. No,
after 11.
It was actually 10:55.
Oh,
I remember
10:55.
at this time, and they said they'll be there within the hour. They said in an hour's time they will be there. That
so
was
midnight is when they should.
So when
arrive.
they said, even I remember when I told the guys, even when I heard an hour for an hour,
As
like,
in,
oh my god, they're not going to be here till 12 a.m. in the morning
because it's already dark.
and this is a Monday morning. Everyone has work or one thing or another to do. The next
Monday
day.
night.
This is not a Friday night where we're not doing anything the next day. So I instantly started to feel sorry for everyone. I felt bad, and we thought, okay, an hour. Let's wait it out.
Yeah, we could chill.
Yeah, we waited.
Like, there was 4 of us literally, so we were like, oh yeah, we can chill for
why not?
hours.
You know, we're safe. We're all together.
We're making jokes
you
at
know,
this point. We're
not
laughing.
too cold. We've got our jackets. You know, let's chill.
It's still raining.
Right. Hour came and nothing. I didn't hear from anyone. I called them back, and I think if I'm correct, this time there was like, oh, there's a delay. This time it's going to be 2 hours.
Right.
So guys, remember this is 12 o'clock. 2 hours is going to be 2 o'clock
a.m.
Just quick maths there.
2 a.m.
So
It was hard because my laptop.
I was starting to be very impatient. I think at this time I started to panic a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Because guys, like, your car's your baby. I'm not gonna lie, your car's your baby, and if your car is sick, you start to feel a bit poorly, you know. So I started to feel bad for my poor car, and I started to feel bad for my friends. And I started to feel bad for me.
My laptop.
And the reason why all of them was there was because of me, and I was the one that recommended Nando's, and you know, I was just like, oh guys,
She was, and at this point we weren't even that, like, we weren't tired yet. We were
because we had each other.
We were laughing. Joe had his food. He put his food. Joe took takeaway. He put it on the floor.
You know, like, I remember the food was starting to get wet. I remember it was on top of the car.
It was on top of the
Like, and then also to bear in mind with Temmie's key, we tried everything. We put water on the key. Then Joe asked me to give him. We went online. We were watching YouTube videos.
We called Benga.
FaceTime Benga.
I called my dad, guys. I called my dad. I called different people.
Benga. Joe told me to put lip balm on the key. We've put lip balm on the key. Nothing.
Guys, we did everything.
We did every possible thing that you can imagine.
I also need to illustrate some stuff to you. Joe was literally banging. As in, say this is the door. He's going pim, pim.
Yeah. You know when you do little magic?
Let me show you what it work.
Yeah. Literally, Joe was going to town on as if that key had caused him pain.
You know, at one point he had to ask permission. Can I?
He did.
Do you remember he even asked, oh, like, if I smash your window, what will happen?
But that was later on. So
that was gonna be like our last resort kind of thing. But
yeah.
We looked for every idea under the sun.
Literally.
So at that time,
I was praying.
You know, it was it started to get 2 hours
and rain.
So we were not far from the studio because Nando's was not far from the studio.
Don't forget police.
Oh yeah. So basically, I think what had happened, because obviously it looked a bit suspicious. Four black people.
Well, not that 4 black people are suspicious. That's not the point. But go on.
Four
people?
No, guys, I'm gonna be real. The neighbours had probably looked at us as four black people. Let me be very honest.
Standing by a car.
Obviously, we're not suspicious.
Been standing there for ages.
But they looked at their window and see 4 black people.
And it's early in the AM.
So obviously a police car had come now, and it's funny because at that point we'd already decided we were gonna go to the studio. We were leaving the car, walking towards a different road that led to the studio, and we'd seen a police car come towards us. And by that time, they'd gone past us and they stopped right in front of the car.
Yeah.
And we've stopped as well, and we're looking to see what they're gonna do. We thought maybe they'd come out and check out the car and see who was around it, whatever. I was kind of surprised that they didn't stop us, or
because obviously we weren't by it at this point,
right? So they stopped for 2 seconds, and at this time we're slowly walking back towards the car
because I'm adamant that we should speak to them.
What the situation is, and I had an idea to speak to the policemen. Maybe there's something they could do.
Maybe.
I was against that idea.
She was.
So was Joe.
Yeah, but Joe was saying free my people. Do you know what I mean? Like, he wasn't about.
She wasn't trying to associate with the police in any way.
Like, we might as well speak to them, because if they can do something, at least
you never know these things. You just never know.
Right. So then we literally run after them.
So at that point the police had left the car, which we were about 20 feet away from. They had left the car and they've driven all the way down to the road at this point,
and they were parked.
And they'd they were parked up on the side, and I had noticed they were parked, so they weren't too far from us. We could walk towards them. So we'd come back. We've done a full 360, walked all the way back to the car, and then we'd seen them, and we would hear, you know, I think it was 2 against 2 at this point. Because me and Joe would thought, no, let's just keep walking back to the studio. And I and Ash was like, no, why not? We can still walk to the studio in that direction.
You might as well ask them anyway.
Already walking to the studio, might as well speak to them.
So we thought, okay, yeah, why not? So we started walking towards the policemen, and we got to them, and we walked towards them, and we told them the situation. And what did they say?
I was just like, sorry, sir. The car's not opening. We put the car. It's a manual lock. Like letting them know it's not the automatic, like the pressy one. It's the manual lock. They're like, oh, okay. Your central locking of your car is jammed.
Yeah, that was literally the initial thought. That's what I thought the issue was central locking system issue.
So, and the policeman has just been like, oh yeah, sorry, we can't help you.
You know,
that was their conclusion.
It was like a 2-minute conversation. It was like, there's nothing we could do. I'm sorry, you're gonna have to wait. They asked if I've done anything. I said, yeah, breakdown service are coming. They're taking a while. He said, that's all you can do at this point. Sorry. So we said, okay. We kept walking towards the studio. Guys, at this point, the rain hasn't stopped. It's still pouring.
We're wearing teddy coats. Like, my shoe has a hole in it.
Oh, wow, did it?
Yeah,
I didn't even know.
Yeah. Remember when I came here? Remember I took my socks off, remember?
Oh, yeah.
So obviously,
so we got into the studio now, guys. We came back here. I've never been here at 12 midnight. So
never ever. It was an experience.
It was like 12:30ish.
12:30, nearly 1 a.m. Yeah.
And yeah, we'd come back. We were all sitting here, wet, soaked, looking at each other like, what is this?
Now, obviously. We've come in here, if you see the way our bodies then started to get tired because we're sitting down looking at each other,
and I think that's when the fatigue finally hit us because when we sat down, this girl she's taking off her stuff to dry her feet.
I've taken off my sock. I've put the heater on.
I've got my hood on. I'm not taking off because I'm tired. I'm trying to get a little 1-2 sleep.
Joe is here. Joe's gone to the corner shop as
we went to the corner shop.
Joe was on his phone.
Like Joe was very helpful. I cannot lie. He was such a good support system.
Honestly.
But obviously, so they've told us they're gonna get to your car at 1 something. That's what they said.
They said they were, so they said, let's say they said they'd get there around 2.
Okay.
Ooh, sorry.
And then you called them at like 1:45
before we started walking back to the car.
Was?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, because remember it was 2 hours this time. So 1:45 we'd called them, or around that time anyway, asking them if the breakdown service people are on their way,
or if they're nearby.
And I told him, I'm in a safe location right now. I do not want to leave if I don't need to. Are you 100% sure they're on their way? I spoke to a man, I put him on loudspeaker, everyone heard, and he said yes. He specifically said they're 10 minutes away.
Like literally.
And we were 10 minutes away.
So we thought
time to leave.
I's idea was to get a cab.
Because imagine, like, we've already walked. We've done at this point, we've done Israelite's journey from the car. Like, we've walked from the car here, and it's raining.
And at this point, when we left, it was still raining. Joe is there saying, "Guys, let's walk."
I was happy to walk.
I said, "Please."
They were, like, obviously, Temi was happy to walk, and it's her car in it. But I said, "No, let's get cab." Actually, volunteers to pay for the cab.
That's fine.
So this is how you know it was just error after error. Because even when the cab came, we didn't realize that we didn't pick a big.
We didn't get a big cab for 4 people.
Obviously, there's 4 of us, and if you know, with everything with COVID, you're not allowed to sit in the passenger seat at the front.
To get in the car, right? As soon as I got in the car, I said, "Darn."
I remember you turned around, you looked at me, was like, "Oh my gosh, actually someone's not going to be able to."
Or you forgot something. Yeah. You went back to get, and I was like, "Oh." So this man was so lovely.
It was uncle. It was an uncle.
And we said uncle.
I remember the first time though, he was like, "No, sorry."
He said no a couple of times, but literally we begged him
because we said
uncle, we can't let him walk. Look at the weather. Look at the time.
Decided he was gonna walk. He said, "I'll meet you guys there. Just get in the cab." But we're like, "Uncle, you can't just
please. We can't let our brother walk in the street. It's
because
dark,
of COVID. No one can sit on the passenger.
Uncle had his belongings on that chair.
The whole life was on
his whole life was on that chair. But then I was literally like, "Uncle, please, like we need."
If he saw the way we were begging him, we said, "Our brother, please,
please, uncle, please." As in, like we need to get back to the car quickly too because we're waiting for breakdown service. Like we need, like, please, uncle.
So eventually he said yes.
Yeah, and then if you see the way he was moving his feet,
he moved reluctantly. He was tired of us already.
His clothes, his jumper, his water bowl, his Vaseline, his keys, his laptop.
She's elaborating the story.
Joe got in the front seat, in the passenger seat. So
it was literally, we got there like in 5 minutes, 5, 6,
for a proper quick drive.
Guys, and I was getting excited at this point because yes, we're getting
my laptop.
Oh yeah. Also, tell them about your laptop. Since you keep saying this, your laptop,
guys. I don't know if you understand. Yeah, I had work the next day. And obviously, for anyone who has a work laptop, there's certain things that you can access on the work laptop that you can't on a normal day-to-day laptop. Right. So that laptop, I can't afford to lose it. I can't afford to leave it somewhere. It must be with me. If I know I have work the next day and I'm outside and I have that laptop with me, it must go with me back home. Guys, my laptop was in the car. I'm in the cab thinking, my laptop.
Actually, throughout the time we've been trying to jiggy open the car with the key, Ashley literally will be looking at me. Ayo, and she'll go, my laptop. Ayo, my laptop. Every 2 minutes, Ayo, my laptop. My laptop is in the car, my bag.
So yeah.
So I'm in the cab thinking, yes, get my laptop, go home, sleep.
Because they've told us they're 10 minutes away. Remember that.
At this point, guys, I'm gonna say something I don't think you guys realize. By the time I got to the car, so there's this tracking thing. If you know about breakdown service, I don't know if all breakdown service have it, but I had this tracking thing that I could track where the drivers were. And it had already changed to an hour at that point. So
she didn't tell us.
I didn't say anything at that point because I was like, "There's no way." Like, I didn't want to believe it.
We was not informed of this because if I'd known, I wouldn't have kept saying my laptop.
Yeah, you would have actually. Anyway,
at that point, it was like 3:10 or 3:05 or whatever, and it'd gone to. It was 2:05 or 2:10 at that point, and they'd gone to 3:05. So I'd called breakdown service again, and I've said,
"No, wait, they weren't picking up."
Oh my gosh!
Oh yeah.
So at that point, I thought they were avoiding my calls.
Temmie's phone is also her battery's low.
My battery's getting low.
She remember she called them. She was on the in the queue. I called them. They answered on my phone
but
first.
Even with
so I had
Ashley,
to give it to.
Even with Ashley,
there was still a queue. But they picked up before on my one.
They picked up Ashley's call.
And I was on
so as soon as Temmie heard hello, this girl came from the top of the room.
I called her. I said, "Temmie, they've picked up."
Because
she came quickly.
What had happened was when I was on the phone to breakdown service, I walked away.
Yeah, she was going down.
Yeah,
she was getting like
I
wanted to just go off on one at the side by myself, you know. So by the time I saw they picked up Ashley's call, Ayos told me to come. So I've started speaking to them. They've asked for the number plate, everything, cool. And I've explained the situation. I'm like, you guys you're actually starting to get on my nerves. This is the third hour. I've lied to them on the phone. I've said I'm by myself. I've had to ask for a stranger's phone to call you guys. I'm a woman here standing alone. At what time? You've made me wait 3 hours. This is dangerous. If anything happens to me, this is you lot's fault. I'm not having it. Cool. And then she's like, I'm so sorry. Let me find out what the situation is. Can I give you a call back? Silly me said, yeah, give me a call back. And Ashley's like, no.
I'm screaming, tell them to put you on hold.
Ashley said, hold. You're waiting. And I said, no, actually, don't hang up. Put me on hold. Call them.
Yes.
So she's called them and she's come back on the phone. Oh, unfortunately, it is going to be another hour because the mechanic or
my laptop.
They've got this partner, this service provider partner that they work with, and they're an hour.
And there's only one person.
The job that they're doing. This yada yada. Guys, I'm gonna go straight to the point. Cool. They did not come.
But wait, before you say that, because we need to remember. Temmie's told us it's going to be another hour, right? At this point, we've realised they're not coming because I'm looking at the time. They said they'll be there 2:10. It's past 2:10.
I got work in the morning.
Guys, bear in mind, my friends texted me at 12:30 telling me, they're not coming, by the way, go home.
Well,
and I said, I don't want, guys, it's hard to say.
Yeah, we tried to have faith as well.
We actually, of course, you know, and you guys had faith as well.
No, we had faith, like we wasn't going to leave her. So also, bear in mind, obviously, we could have also, me, Joe and Ash could have obviously gone home, but there
was no way we were leaving
Temmie outside in the dark on home.
Yeah. So I called my brother.
She's called her brother.
And my brother was on his way. He said he's coming. He was about 35 to 40 minutes away.
But before you called your brother, we said we'd wait for the 3. Remember? I feel like
you said you'd wait
because it was already past 2:30 or something at this point. So we said we'd wait for the 3, and then it was when it got to 3 a.m. and they still weren't there. We then said let's start doing.
And by that point, your brother had arrived.
Yeah. Of course. My brother had come, and obviously at that point.
Oh no, I'm talking about before your brother came. So like before your brother came, remember we said, so we've got to the car because they've told us 10 minutes. They've told us now it's gonna be. You've seen it's gonna be an hour. We're like, okay, it's already nearly 2:30. We'll wait to the hour. So then I'm gone on my phone. I've googled any local mechanics. I'm calling them up to see if anybody can come. Someone said they're in Gatwick or Heathrow. I said, okay.
And I know that labour charge is going to be mental.
So we said,
and that breakdown service is free.
We said, forget about
the options here.
So yeah. You know? So at this point, we're even calling people because it's bands.
We're trying different things.
We're doing different things. Obviously, at that point, we realised it's error. So it's getting closer to 3 in it. So Temmie's called her brother and he's
my brother's on his way at this point. So by the time my brother arrived, you know,
it was past 3.
It was past 3, and you know, I was actually, yeah, it was time to go home. I was like, guys, my brother's with me now. He
pull up in the Sri Lanka, by the way. He
actually can't.
Guys,
yeah, no facts.
He'd come in the car, and you know, we just agreed that me and my brother would just wait for them, and you know, you guys should go. So
Joe took his own cab home.
Yeah, and I
got a joint cab home.
So this is the bit you guys don't even know what happened, because this is the first time we're seeing each other.
Oh yeah, so you'll even be feeling us in.
This is where they didn't know what had happened.
We obviously know little bits, but yeah.
So now they've gone. Ashley is gone. Joe's gone. So it's just me and my brother. Guys, it starts to get a bit more intense here because. So this was around 3:30. So on top of the tracking system that I'm using, yeah, they've added another hour at this point.
Yeah, I remember you telling me.
Yeah, so I was like, guys, they've added another hour. I've texted you guys or whatever. They've added another hour. My brother's like, it's not making sense. The reason why it's not making sense is, as breakdown service, the way they work is, if there's an issue with a car, they predict how long it will take to fix it. If it's something after a certain amount of time and they've realized it's not fixable, or it might take longer than necessary, they will have to move on, or they will get someone else, because they work in a timely manner. They have to, do you know what I mean? They have to work in a timely manner. Right. So whatever the issue is, it cannot take 6 hours to fix, especially because there are people waiting to get things fixed, or they will send out someone else. Do you know what I mean? Especially because that's what we're paying for. It's 24-hour breakdown. So there's no way they're just not as organized as they're making it seem. My brother starts to get very offended. I've called them and I'm like, yeah, you guys are taking a mick. I'm here. I'm because I'd already shouted at them. So at this point, I'm just like, when is this going to happen? Because this is too much now. My brother's like, pass the phone. My brother takes the phone. Let me speak to your manager. I don't care what your name is. Put your manager on the phone. Let me speak to your manager. Sir, can I speak to your manager, please? Cool. My brother's got a manager on the phone. He's explained the whole situation. He was like, stop making a fool out of me. That's what my brother said.
Facts.
My brother said, stop making a fool out of me. You've left my sister waiting here from
11 o'clock.
Yeah.
11 on the dot.
10:50. You left my sister waiting here from 11 o'clock. It's going on to 4, guys. At this point, 4 a.m. in the morning.
You've got work in the morning.
I have
work at 9 in the morning.
By the time we left, we were drenched. Our coats finished.
Right. So me and brother in the car. Like, it's literally nearly 4 o'clock. What is she paying for? Because she's paying you guys for 24-hour cover. You're not giving her 24-hour service. So after this, because this is my brother, you're going to deal with the situation. Once the situation has been dealt with, we are leaving and we're going to find another breakdown service cover, because you're not doing your job, whatever. So the manager is very apologetic. He's like, I'm going to see exactly what's going on. I'm going to be honest, the manager was very, very helpful. Every 15 minutes he'd call back to just check up to see if breakdown service
So what was his employees doing?
Guys, when I tell you breakdown service came at 4:40. 20 minutes to 5 in the morning. That's when breakdown service came. They came eventually, and by the time, guys,
at this point we're home sleeping.
Guys,
I'm in the bed.
Guys, I'm trying. Let me be as quick here. When breakdown service came, yeah, this bit is so irrelevant, but it's not irrelevant. It's very relevant, but I'm not gonna go too deep into it because for people that don't know much about cars. Long story short, the people they sent is not the right person for the job. Bearing in mind, I had explained to them on the phone what the issue is. The issue is my lock-in. I can't open my door. I said that on the phone. So they've sent someone that doesn't know. Well, he tried to open the door, innit? He tried to open the door from the outside. This is what the man has said, it's your battery. Me and my brother looked at each other in a suspicious way. We looked at each other like, okay, because guys, bearing in mind, I changed my battery a month ago, so there's no way it's the battery, but we've listened to this dummy anyway. We said, okay, that's fine, it's the battery. What could potentially cause the battery to die though? Because my brother's like, are you sure you didn't turn the light on? Are you sure you didn't leave this on? I was like, nothing was on. Nothing was on. And then what happened? And then he's trying to open the bonnet. I don't know what the bonnet had to do with anything, but he's trying to open the bonnet from the inside. He's lifted the car up to try and restart something at the bottom. My man's laying flat on the floor, just pretending he's doing work. This times I'm looking at him thinking, wow.
And she doesn't mean from the inside of the car because they didn't open the car.
So long story short, he said, yeah, you have to call AA again. Tell them you need a locksmith. This is not something that I can do. This is that, or I think it's your battery. He thought it was a battery. He kept emphasizing it's the battery. Me and my brother, in fact me, because I'm still new to this whole car thing. My brother in his head is saying, okay, but my brother, yeah. It wasn't a battery. Cool. So he's like, yeah, cool, whatever. He's gone now. So guys, unfortunately I had to leave my car there. I was so upset. Me and my brother have gotten in the car, we've gone home. Guys, we didn't get home till like 5:30.
Please believe this area is not close to where we live.
Right. So we didn't get home till 5:30. I slept around 6, so I had to take my makeup off of it and everything. When I went to bed at 6, I woke up at 8 because I had to call the locksmith or AA just so I don't want to wait too long, and I have work at 9. And my brother, luckily my brother did not.
And Joe's
luckily,
laptop.
yeah. Bearing in mind Joe's laptop and Ashley's laptop are in the car. Bearing in mind, bearing in mind, I was so happy because usually if my brother had work that day, there's no way he could even leave the house because when he's at work, he has to be at work. He has a job where you just cannot be doing whatever. So luckily he started at 12 that day, so he was able to drive. So I'd called the locksmith, I'd explained what happened to them all yesterday, whatever, and long story short, they said someone can be there at 8:45ish. Guys, bearing in mind at that time it was around 8 o'clock. I'd woken my brother up like, oh, you know, they said they'd be there at 8:45. Because it took us about 35 minutes to get home the following morning, I'd completely forgotten rush hour was going to be crazy, right? Guys, rush hour, it took us over an hour to get there, nearly an hour 30 minutes it took to get there because of the rush hour. And I was panicking because at the time the locksmith had gotten there, he called me and I said, I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a bit far out, but I would really appreciate if you waited, like I'll be there soon. I kept, you know, trying to manage his expectations. That man was God sent because he was like, don't worry, I'll wait, whatever, that's fine, just get here when you can. So obviously I kept updating him. I was like, I'm 15 minutes away, I'm 20 minutes away, I will be there soon, letting him know. Guys, I think it was 10 or 15. I was 10-15 minutes away. He called again. At this point, I thought he was going to leave, but he was like, can I have your permission to at least start check? Because he couldn't do anything to the car until I got there. And I was like, is there any way you can actually start? He was like, as long as I have your permission. I was like, what? Go for it.
Should have started from the beginning. Wait, as soon as you got there.
You should have started already.
I was like, can you see my car? Is that my number plate? He read it. I was like, go for it, mate. So he started working on the car, you know, looking around it. By the time, long story short, by the time we got into the car, he'd opened the back window, right, of the car. He'd rolled it down somehow, so you didn't need to smash into it. He'd found a way to open the back window of the car.
God bless you, sir.
That's and yeah, so you open the back window, and guys, my car has a lot of issues, don't it? So I've noticed the back window, and this is from when I bought it. The 2 back windows, they don't come all the way down, they only come halfway through. Yeah, so this is the bit you guys that don't know. The window only comes halfway through, so he's opened it halfway through and he's like, oh, I couldn't get it down. I've let him know, don't worry about it, that's just how the car is. So he's like, how long? He's just trying to find out what the issue is, guys. I've told him, apparently this man that came yesterday said it's the battery. He was like, I don't think it's the battery, you know. I was like, yeah, we don't either.
Yeah, I think the guy was on work experience.
He was either on work experience or man's just waking up from deep sleep. So he made me wait 5-6 hours.
Fancy dress.
Right. So so we had an epiphany. It was a moment of just an idea. My brother said, tell me, can you fit into this small little, like, can you fit into the window? I've taken my big jacket off. Before he even finished his sentence, I'm taking my jacket off.
Any idea you're ready?
My Crocs. I've taken my Crocs off. I'm thinking, should I take my top off too so I can fit him properly? But I thought, you know what? Let me. I've tied my hair back, guys. Yeah. So at this point, the man and my brother, they've helped me. More my brother, actually, bless him. He's lifted me all the way, yeah, guys. I put my foot in, guys. This time it's raining that morning as well. It's raining. My brother's holding my jacket and me. And he's carried me, guys. For some reason, it was such a smooth...
Yeah, small baby.
It was a small dive.
The way I slept in, I entered easily. And then when I got in, I was like, yes, go, we score. I sat at the back.
I'm actually
seat,
done.
And I'm like, okay, I'm in the car now. What do I do? And then my brother's giving me my key. He was like, turn the engine on. Let's see what happened. Guys, I turned my engine on. The car unlocks. Oh, central locking started to work. Unlocks, guys. That's how, like, and my brother's opened the door, the guys opened the passenger door, I've opened the door, we're like, okay, lock it again to see what happens. But this time it's not locking, right? So the lock is broken, but you can open the door.
Okay.
So I'm thinking, and then he was like, yeah, there's just something wrong with the locking system, but it's not something he can do because he's not a locksmith. He said you need to get a locksmith. Guys, I forgot to mention a very important bit. Oh my God, quickly. So these times when we're going towards the car, on our way to the car, I'm calling the actual locksmith at the same time to come to us, just in case that man can't fix it, because he's breakdown service, so they probably don't have the right tools to fix it. All he can probably do was open the door, the window, which is what he did. So I'm on the phone to the locksmith, and he's telling me how much it would be. He's like, yeah, we can definitely get this open. This is a private locksmith that I've called. So the locksmith's on his way there as well. Guys, my brother's like, wait, when we got the car to work, my brother's like, wait, hold on, the locksmith's coming. We've unlocked the door. We don't need him anymore, kind of thing. Yeah. And then I've texted the locksmith and I'm like, oh, sorry, we don't need you anymore. He's like, I'm 10 minutes from. My brother's like, let's go. Because if we get there, even if he doesn't do anything, we're still gonna have to pay a man. Oh yeah. Me, I'll say thank you, sir. AA guy, thank you. I'm gonna go. We told him. That's what he said. He was like, oh, thank you. We're gonna go. And then he was like, yeah, get out of here before he comes. So I've texted him. He was like, you've wasted my time, the locksmith guy. And I didn't respond to it. So, did you block his number? No, I didn't block him. What's he gonna do to me? You're so dramatic. I left him on red, mate. So I got in my car. Sorry, Papa. So me and my brother has decided now, okay, we need to drop everyone's stuff to them. Why is me and my brother dumb and dumber? We've started driving to where Joe lives to drop his stuff. He's come with me. We've gotten to the destination of where Joe lives now. We've dropped Joe's bag, and I'm waiting for Joe to come out of his house. My brother's called me. He said, wait, hold on, why are we both here? Why can't I just drop Ashley's stuff and then we'll meet at home? He said, okay. So he takes Ashley's stuff to her. Laptop. He drops Ashley's stuff and then we both meet at home. And guys, I got my door fixed the next day and that was it. Thank you, Lord. Glory. Guys, can you imagine? That was so long. Sorry, it was a lot longer than I expected. But guys, all I'm going to say is breakdown service. If you've ever experienced any stories, guys, I want you to comment down below. Because as a new driver, I'm not impressed. Yeah. I've heard mad stories. You told me about your brother on the motorway. We were on the motorway and they came the whole next day. Yeah, it's not enough. So how is that 24 hours then? Oh, of course it's not. Aren't you supposed to be working those? That's what 24 hours is. And then eventually when they sent someone, it was now the wrong person. What are we paying for here? So anyway. if you've ever been kicked out of an establishment, or if you've ever had a problem with breakdown service and your car just messed up, let us know. Let us know in the comments. We love you. We appreciate you. We hope you enjoyed the story. Thank you. And we'll see you next week. Bye. Bye. Yo.